Okay, so for this evening's class, we're going to begin in just a comfortable seat, cross-legged seat. So if you'd like to sit on a pillow or a blanket just to make yourself comfortable, or a block. And we'll make our way down on the mat. So we'll start to just sit up nice and tall, start to really ground through the sits bones, lengthen through the spine, finding a gentle lift through the chin and the crown of the head. Taking a nice deep breath in and slowly start to shrug the shoulders up toward the ear. And then exhale, we'll loop the shoulders down and back, creating lots of space between the shoulders and the ears. And if you haven't done so already, we'll go ahead and just softly close down the eyes. And begin to find a sense of calm and a sense of grounding as we land on our mat this evening. Just allowing the breath to be as it is. And beginning to observe the breath, noticing how it feels as it fills the lungs, maybe expands into the belly. Allowing this air to fill you with new, fresh oxygen, new energy, and perhaps a lightness. And allowing your exhales to clear the lungs and get rid of anything that's no longer serving you. And maybe with this breath, we begin to slowly breathe in a little bit deeper. So just mindfully drawing the air into the nose this time, slowly exhaling out through the mouth. Starting to calm down the mind, calm down the body. Maybe if we've had a busy holiday or a busy day. And allowing ourselves to put off any distractions off to the side so we can be fully present on our mat this evening. From here, we'll bring the palms to touch, and keeping the lift through the heart and lift through the chin, we'll bring the hands to heart center, relaxing the elbows down, continuing to relax the shoulders, and taking this opportunity to set an intention for your class this evening. And whatever that intention may be, we'll seal it in with a big breath in, allow the arms to sweep out to the side and up to the sky. Connect the palms, exhale, hands to heart. You can keep the eyes closed if you'd like, or slowly start to bat the eyelashes open. On the next breath in, sweeping the arms out to the side, lengthening through the side body. And exhale, plant the right hand down, reaching with the left arm up and over. Side body stretch. Inhale, both arms back to center. Exhale, opposite hand down, reaching up and then over, finding beautiful length through the side body. Inhale to center. And exhale, side sweep. Keeping the chin lifted, being careful not to collapse forward. So you inhale back to center. Exhale. And we'll go one more time like that on each side, allowing your breath to guide your movement. On the next inhale, we'll come back to center and reach for the sky, floating the palms down. Exhale, Hands come down to a block or the ground. Finding a nice little round for the back, maybe we walk our hands forward, just being mindful that both of the sits bones are still grounded. So if you have a pillow or block underneath, you can maybe just push it off to the side for now. Allowing the neck and the head just to hang softly here as you fold. Relaxing the jaw, softening the muscles of the face. From here, we'll slowly start to walk the hands over to the left. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can place the inside hand on top of the outside hand. And then slowly releasing the hands back to center, taking a nice big breath in here, slowly breathing out. And then we'll walk the hands over to the right. Again, option to bring the inside hand on top of the outside hand, just to deepen that side stretch. Taking your time, we'll bring the hands back out in front of us. And for these last couple of breaths in our seated fold, if you'd like to walk the hands forward to deepen the stretch. And then we'll walk the hands back, meeting up at a tall spine. Bringing both the hands behind you, pointing the fingertips away, finding a nice little lift through the chest as you bring the gaze up to the sky, finding a counter bend. Softly squeezing the shoulder blades together, broadening through the collarbones. And then we'll bring the hands to the top of the mat, meeting in a tabletop pose. Setting up your foundation here, spreading the fingertips nice and wide. Aligning the shoulders over the wrists, the knees underneath the hips. As we flow through our cat and cows, you can press into the tops of the feet or curl the toes for some extra stability. Breathing in, allow the belly to drop as the heart radiates forward. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, round for the spine, bringing the chin into the chest. Moving with your breath, inhale. Exhale, round through the spine. We'll continue to flow through our cat and cows, just moving at a pace that feels good. And feeling free to add any other freestyle movement that you'd like. Maybe thumbing the hips side to side or drawing figure eights with the hips. After your last exhale, rounding through the spine, we'll find a neutral spine. If you have the toes curled under, we'll press the tops of the feet back down to the earth and allow the hips to begin to glide back over top of the heels, reaching the arms out long or swinging the arms by the sides as you bow the forehead down into a child's pose. Allowing yourself to relax the shoulders, relax the hips, starting to breathe into the back body. As you take a few more deep breaths here in your child's pose, if it feels good to here, we can slowly start to rock the forehead side to side, massaging the brow on the earth, starting to awaken that third eye point. We'll come back to center, slowly start to peel the forehead up and glide our way back up onto all fours. And from here, preparing for our first downward facing dog, pressing into your foundations, into the hand, curl the toes under, sending the hips up high, allowing the head to hang heavy between the arms, pressing the chest toward the tops of the thighs, but hugging the low ribs in so the core is nice and stable here. And if it feels good to you, we can start to pedal out the feet, walking out the dog, waking up all the muscles of the legs. For these last few breaths in our down dog, we'll actively press the heels toward the mat, not necessarily having them touch, but having the action there so that we're straightening out the backs of the legs, deepening that stretch, really opening through the calves and the hamstrings. We'll bring the big toes to touch at the back center of the mat. Shift the gaze forward, and however many steps it takes, we'll start to slowly tiptoe our way all the way up to the top edge of the mat. Coming into a ragdoll hold here, if you'd like to heel toe the feet a little bit wider, coming into about hip distance. Gently tucking the chin, maybe finding a slow sway from side to side as you grab opposite elbows. We'll bring the spine back to center and heel toe the feet back in, pressing into all corners of the feet. We'll slowly start to roll up to a stand, moving high knee one vertebrae at a time, allowing the hands to come down by the hips, relaxing the shoulders. On an inhale, reaching for the spine, and exhale, hands to heart. Moving through our first sun salutation A, we'll inhale, sweep the arms down to come up. And exhale, bow down into a forward fold. Moving with the breath, inhale, lifting halfway, finding a flat back shape. Exhale, fold. We'll plant the hands down to the mat, lightly stepping one foot back and then the other, coming into a strong plank pose. As you inhale, activating the core here, finding a little bend in the elbows, so we're taking the stress off the joints of the arms. One more big breath in here. And then exhale, gently lower knees, and then chest slowly with control down to the mat. Squeezing the elbows in, pressing into the tops of the feet. Inhale, scoop the heart up to a low cobra, keeping the gaze down so the neck is nice and long. And exhale, slowly start to press back up to downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here in your down dog. Always option to pedal at the feet again. Looking forward, we'll walk the feet up in between the hands. Taking a big breath in, lifting you halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise action as you ground through the feet. Inhale, sweeping the arms out to the side, reaching tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Using your inhale, fingertips reach to the sky. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lifts you halfway, reaching the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step maybe the opposite foot back, and then the other, finding strong plank pose. Breathing in deep in your plank, and then either exhale, chaturanga, or lower knees and then chest down to the mat. Inhale to cobra, scooping the heart forward. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Looking up in between the hands, we're going to softly step the right foot up to the top of the mat. And then when you're ready, slowly lower the knee down, the left knee down rather. From here, just heel toeing the right foot out to the outer right edge of the mat, maybe turning onto the outer edge of the right foot, coming into a lizard's pose here. So grabbing a hold of a block for support, or just keeping up on the hands, lifting through the chest as you open through the right hip. Maybe even bringing the hand on top of the right knee, slowly pressing it away. And if you'd like to here, you can also slowly start to come down onto the forearms to deepen the stretch. Taking your time, we'll slowly come out, lifting the chest up, heel toeing that right foot back to center. From here, curling the left toes under, we'll lift the left leg into a low lunge. Press the left hand down to a mat or a block, and then inhale, sweep the right fingertips up to the sky, squeezing the inner thighs together here, opening through the heart. So we'll bring the right hand down to the mat. Step the right foot back first to plank pose, taking a big breath in. And use your exhale to press back, downward facing dog. Moving to the opposite side, we'll lightly step the left foot through to the top of the mat. And then slowly lower the right knee down. This time heel toeing the left foot out, rolling onto the outer edge of the foot, keeping the heart lifted. Or if you'd like to, slowly making your way down onto the forearms, opening through the hips. And then if you're down on the forearms, we'll start to come back up onto the hands. Nice and slowly. Heel toe the left foot in. So come into a low lunge, lifting the right leg. As you press through the right hand, sweeping the left fingertips up to the sky, taking a big breath in, pressing the back of the left shoulder back, reaching for the sky. Moving with the breath, exhale, bring the left hand back down to the mat. This time as you step back to plank pose, taking an inhale, and then exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Looking forward, we'll walk or lightly hop the feet up in between the hands. Taking an inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold. Taking a big breath in, sweep to stand. If it feels good to you, you can find the soft back bend at the top, maybe looking up in between the hands. So you connect the palms, exhale, hands to heart. Continue to build the energy and build the mild heat for the body. Inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, fold down, tucking the chin. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Head in hands, we'll step back to plank pose. And on the exhale, slowly lower down with control, bending at the elbows. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to lower the knees down to tabletop pose. And extend the right leg back, lifting the leg up to hip level. So pressing that right heel toward the back of the mat, maybe even pointing the toes. And then when you're ready, we're going to extend the left arm out, finding stability here. Taking an inhale, finding length for the spine, so being mindful not to dip through the low back. And then exhale, knee to elbow, round through the spine. Moving with control, inhale, we'll extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Moving with the breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale as you find expansion. Exhale, contract. One more time like that. This time we're going to hold, extending the arm and the leg out. Breathing here. And then keeping the leg lifted, we're going to plant the hand down and then step the right foot up in between the hands. Setting up our foundation here for a high lunge. Keeping the back heel lifted, inhale as you rise, squaring the hips forward, fingertips reach for the sky. Taking a big breath in here. And then exhale, we'll open to warrior two. Inhale, reversing your warrior. And exhale, windmill the hands down to bring the front foot. We'll step the right foot back to plank. And exhale to press back, downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, we'll lower the knees down to tabletop. Once you've landed, this time we'll kick the left foot back and reach the right arm forward, taking a big breath in and exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round for the spine, knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale, contract. Moving with your breath, inhale, finding that stability. Exhale. This time as you extend, we'll find a hold here, breathing deep. And then lower the right hand down, we'll step the left foot through to the top of the mat, keeping the back heel lifted. Inhale up to high lunge. Exhale, open warrior two. Taking a big breath in here, we'll reverse our warrior, reaching the left hand out to the sky. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Stepping the left foot back to plank pose. And exhale, lower with control. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, journey back, downward facing dog. Looking to the top of the mat, we'll walk the feet up in between the hands. Using your inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold. Using your breath, inhale, roll into a stand. Arms sweep out to the side, up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. From here, we're going to heel toe the feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. We can always adjust here as we go. And we'll point the heels in and the toes out. Finding stability, bringing the hands to hips, and then slowly start to sink down into a Malasana squat. Using a block here under the glutes if you'd like to, bringing the hands to the inner edges of the elbows and the hands to heart. And then we'll press the left hand down, take a big breath in, sweep the right fingertips up to the sky. Breathing deep here. On exhale, we'll place the right hand from the left. Inhale, sweep the left fingertips up high. And slowly bring the left hand back down. From here, bringing the hands back to the heart. If you'd like a little extra challenge here, you squeeze the glutes, start to find a little lift through the legs. And then nice and slowly, we're going to just find a gentle seat in the center of the mat. And then we'll extend the right leg out long and bring the left heel in. First finding a lift and expansion through the heart. And then slowly leading with the heart, we'll start to fold over top of the right leg. Maybe bringing the hands to the shin or wrapping around the edges of the foot. And then we'll slowly start to roll out of our fold, bringing the left hand behind and inhale, reach the right hand up to the sky, maybe finding a lift through the hips here into a freestyle back bend, reaching that right hand back. And we'll slowly land the sits bones down and draw the right heel in as you extend the left leg long. Inhale, lifting through the heart. And exhale, beginning to fold slowly over top of the left leg. Using the inhale, we'll start to walk the hands back, coming up to a tall spine. Bringing the right hand behind this time. Inhale, left hand reaches to the sky, maybe finding that freestyle back bend on this side. And slowly landing back down to the mat. We'll bring the soles of the feet to touch, coming into a cobbler's pose. Slowly guiding the heels in. Bringing the hands to the feet. And then start to circle through the upper body. So we'll shift forward, making big circles, leaning back. Finding ease and softness through the hips. And then go ahead and switch direction of the circle. As you come back through to center, we'll bring the hands down to the mat, slowly start to drape the upper body over top of the feet, finding a gentle fold here. If it feels good to you, maybe finding a slow sway from side to side. And then we'll slowly start to lift the head, followed by the heart. And plant the feet down in front, planting the hands behind. Slowly start to windshield wipe the knees side to side. We'll point the knees back up to the sky, and taking your time, slowly start to roll your way down onto the back. We'll continue to point the knees up to the sky, planting the feet down, preparing for bridge pose here. Arms down by the sides, palms flip down. On an inhale, we'll press into the hands and the feet. As we send the hips up to the sky, pressing the shins forward and squeezing the inner thighs together. If you'd like to here, you can interlace the hands under the back, creating some more space for the chest. If your hands are interlaced under the low back, we'll slowly bring the arms back out to the sides. And on an exhale, slowly lower down. We'll go ahead and hug the knees into the chest, wrapping the arms around the shins. And finding a slow rock from side to side, massaging out the low back. Bringing the knees back over top of the belly. We'll open the arms out to a T. Slowly start to press the knees away from the chest, and then we'll first lower them down to the left. Anchoring through the back of the right shoulder, coming into a soft spinal twist. Now taking any variation or modification that you'd like to here in your twist. And if it's okay for the neck, bringing the gaze past the right hand. And taking a slow breath in, we'll start to lift the knees back up to the sky and plant the feet down to the mat. We'll cross the left ankle over top of the right thigh and interlace the hands behind the right thigh, coming into figure four, gently guiding the knee down to the chest. Finding stillness here, if you'd like to slowly rock from side to side. We'll slowly guide the left leg back out and hug both the knees into the chest. From here, opening the arms back out to a T, pressing the knees away from the chest, slowly lower them down to the right side. Finding ease and softness through the left side body and looking past the left hand with the neck roll out. Then slowly guide the knees back up to the sky and we'll cross the right ankle over top of the left thigh. Gently start to guide the left knee down to the chest. Feeling that lovely stretch through the outer edge of that right leg and hip. And if it feels nice to here, slowly rock from side to side. And we'll slowly guide the left foot down to the mat, followed by the right. And then just go ahead and walk both the legs down to the earth, bringing the big toes to touch. We'll begin to point through the toes. Take a big breath in to sweep the arms up and overhead, reaching to the top of the mat, coming into a full body stretch. Getting that stretch through the arms and the legs, all the way into the belly. And taking a few deep breaths here, finding that leg. And then we'll relax the legs, relax the arms as they sweep back down to the sides. And we'll set up for our final Shavasana posture. If you have any props to make yourself comfortable, just go ahead and grab those now. And as we come into our Shavasana, we'll go ahead and close down the eyes. And just allow the breath to be in its natural flow. As we take this time to find stillness at the end of our practice, allowing our body and our mind just to process the work that we did on our mat this evening. Taking this time just to allow yourself to fully relax. Imagining that you're relaxing every muscle and every joint in the body. Finding this ease and inner peace of our Shavasana. So before we close our practice this evening, I'll invite you to place one hand over the belly and the other hand over top of the heart. And we'll close with 3 deep breaths. First, taking a normal inhale and exhale to clear the lungs. And then on your next breath in, mindfully drawing the air in through the nose, allowing the air to lift the hands, finding that expansion, filling the body with new air. And then slowly exhale out through the mouth, allowing the hands to slowly fall. Taking your second breath in, slowly draw the air in, finding a lightness and ease, and slowly exhale back out. Last breath in, allowing this to be the deepest breath we've taken all day. Slowly in through the nose. Pausing for a moment at the top of the breath. And slowly exhale, sighing it out through the mouth. So you continue just to breathe softly. We'll begin to invite gentle movement back into the body. Slowly circling out the wrists and the ankles. Maybe gently looking side to side, finding a slow stretch through the neck. And taking this time to close your practice by doing any other little stretch that may feel good for you in this moment. And when you're ready, we'll slowly transition to turn over onto one side. Pausing for a couple of breaths there. And then when you're ready, slowly coming up to any comfortable seat of your choice. And when you arrive and seated, we'll go ahead and bring the hands to the tops of the thighs and open the palms up, relaxing the hands, finding that gentle lift through the heart, just at the beginning of our practice, lifting through the crown of the head. Soaking in all the good vibrations from your practice. And on your next big breath in, we'll reach for the sky. And exhale, connect the palms, bringing the hands down in front of the chest. Continuing to feel the lift through the chest, we'll slowly start to bow the head down. And we'll come back to whatever that intention was that we set at the beginning of our practice, and considering that intention fulfilled. Thank you, those practicing at home and in studio, for allowing me to guide us through our practice this evening. Hope everyone feels well and lifted from their practice. Namaste. Hope you have a good night.
Thank you.
No problem. Take care.
Thank you, Erica. Good night.
Good night. Take care.
Bye.